Good morning, good morning. Bix Weir, roadtoroad.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga tea, decaffeinated too. I'm on day 1, 2, 3, 4 of my cleanse. It's a mini cleanse. It's not an official Amy cleanse. She's eating whatever she's eating these days. I, on the other hand, had maxed out on weight, so you're going to see me disappear over time, which is cool. Here's the deal. 150 years of silver price manipulation is ending as we speak. I was talking to Paige, our daughter, last night, and her boyfriend, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so excited about silver." And they said, and I go, "Do you know I had to suffer 20 years of silver price manipulation fighting these bastards, and you guys just pop in at the end of the game and get $15 silver?" It's classic. It was classic. It's true. I mean, all us longtime silver road warriors, holy crap, what a battle it's been. We're coming to the end of the battle. I'm going to show you why. First of all, let's take a look at the price of silver, $15.15 according to the COMEX. Now, other areas are saying, no, the price is $16.50. Like, what are you talking about? There's only one place on planet Earth to price silver, and that's the COMEX. It's the only exchange on planet Earth. And it's futures and options with a delivery option, which is going on extremely well this month. But here's the deal. The requirement that there only be one exchange to price the value of silver is 100% in line with the manipulation of gold and silver. You cannot have a physical gold and silver market. No, the LBMA is not a physical market. First of all, it's not an exchange. It's an association. It's not an exchange, it's an association, and they trade, theoretically, they deliver over 100 billion ounces of silver to nobody every year. So the whole thing is a complete joke. It used to be called the London Fix for silver. The London Fix. It's, I've been studying a lot of the occult and all that, and they have to tell you the things that they're doing. They have to be more open and out. That's why you see all this symbolism in movies and all that. Well, the London Fix is pretty obvious. So they changed it to some ridiculous formula that they rig anyway, so it doesn't matter. There's only one place to price the value of silver, and that's on the COMEX. And that is shutting down. The COMEX will no longer be around to rig the prices very soon. And I mean very soon. Let me show you why. First of all, let's talk about the price of spot silver right now. Look at the price of spot silver, $15.50. Look at the silver manipulation since Alan Greenspan invented the first computer programs to rig the price of silver and gold. Look at that. It's amazing. This is since 1975. We had the Hunt Brothers corner on silver in 1980, right? Was it really a corner on silver? And if it was about 110 million ounces of physical and about 120 million ounces of contracts, COMEX futures contracts that they were going to take delivery from, right? So it's only 110 million ounces of physical silver, whereas today, JP Morgan has over 1 billion ounces of physical silver. That's how hard it is to rig this market now. And they had to go massive short, take over the Bear Stearns short, who took over the AIG short, who took over the Drexel Burnham short. In order to control the unbacked fiat monetary system, you have to control the price of silver. Greenspan knew this back in the early 1970s. Implemented computer programs with the Fed under a guy named Arthur Burns, the head of the Federal Reserve at the time. And voila, that's why you get this bullshit. These are artificial spikes. Yes, it was allowed to go to $50, and this is slammed down by Paul Volcker and Alan Greenspan's computer program. Same thing in 2011. It was brought up to $50 by JP Morgan. Bill Daley, as Obama's chief of staff, came in to do it in 2011, and they did exactly that. But look at this little thing at the end. The little slam down. Let's take a better look at the 2-year. Look at that. Look at that slam down. That is completely artificial manipulation. That's how Jamie Dimon got out of their short position. Jamie Dimon got out of the short position at JP Morgan by slamming silver down to a price below $12. It was insane. And you guys got to live through that and watch it and say, what the hell is going on? And in the meanwhile, here's the big deal. This is the gold-silver ratio. When Jamie Dimon slammed it down, it was 126 to 1, meaning for 1 ounce of gold, you could trade it in for 126 ounces of silver based on price. Now, there is some premiums and things like that. 126 to 1. Unheard of. Why do I say it's unheard of? That's the 30-day chart. Let's look at the 2-year chart. Look at that. Look at that. 90 was high, and look at it. Right here. That's pure market manipulation. Pure price rigging. You want to see something better? Let's look at the Alan Greenspan chart from 1975. Look at that. Can you see that? That is the gold-silver ratio from a low of about 12 back in 1980. Remember, 1980, we had spiking prices, right? We had spiking prices. We had, and the gold-silver ratio was down at 12. Today, we have highly suppressed prices, and the gold and silver ratio is up at 125. What's more important to rig, the price of gold or the price of silver? Absolutely, the price of silver is way more important to rig than the price of gold. Why? Because the criminals can't get their hands on the physical silver. It's just not there. So here we have the all-time highs. We are sitting at all-time highs of the gold-silver price ratio. Anything over 100 is, look at it, it's way over the all-time high. This is since 1975. This is the end game for price suppression. And here's more proof. U.S. Mint halts gold coin output just as demand is surging. Of course, Bloomberg doesn't say, oh, by the way, it's gold and silver output. No, Bloomberg needs to play the game with the banksters. Yes, the U.S. Mint has shut down silver eagle production, along with gold. Not only that, everybody's emailing me, oh my God, West Point shut down. They did, because of COVID, right? But also, just a couple weeks ago, who else shut down? The U.S. Mint. The West Point interruption came 2 weeks after the U.S. Mint officials indefinitely shuttered the San Francisco Mint. And why is this a big deal? A couple reasons. One, they're getting no product out because they can't find any product. There were rumors that the U.S. Mint was offering 50 cents over their normal purchasing price with Sunshine Mint, and they still couldn't get rounds. So they had to shut it down. It is amazing what is happening in silver right now. Do you guys know who the biggest hedger is of physical silver? A real hedge, not naked, or it wasn't naked until now. The U.S. Mint is one of the largest hedgers on planet Earth of silver eagles. They have to hedge their silver. The silver eagle is the number one selling silver coin out there. And the U.S. Mint hedges it. Now, what happens to that hedge when they run out of inventory? You have a naked hedge. So the U.S. government has the largest naked short position, most likely, as far as physical hedging. Now, the banksters might have bigger hedges naked. But the U.S. Mint, unless they closed out their hedge 100%, they have a huge naked hedge right now. And I don't think they did. As a matter of fact, it probably went up. And all the mints do the same thing. They hedge the metal, but they don't close out those hedges when they run out of metal, which means they're naked, a complete naked short. Who else closed their refining capacity? The Royal Canadian Mint closes Ottawa facility for at least 14 days. Now, this was April 5th. So theoretically, on the 19th, they're supposed to open up, which is in a couple days, right? Right? What are they going to do? What is the Royal Canadian Mint going to do about telling the world why they aren't producing silver coins? Here it is. From gold coins to plastic shields and hand sanitizer, the Royal Canadian Mint retools to join the battle against COVID, putting its collectible coin operation on pause. So they're making hand sanitizer and face masks at the Mint now. I swear to God, I am not lying to you. The Royal Canadian Mint. On April 2nd, 5 employees of the Royal Canadian Mint in Ottawa left their homes in search of every bottle of hydrogen peroxide they could get their hands on, shopping at Walmart and Costco. It is ridiculous. They are making hand sanitizer at the Mint in Canada. That's their excuse for why they can't print the Canadian maple leaf. And now that there's less of a need for hand sanitizer, they said they're going to make plastic face shields and not do anything with. There it is. They're making plastic face shields. The Royal Canadian Mint refuses to make silver maple leaves. They're making plastic face shields and hand sanitizer. It doesn't get any more ridiculous. Well, maybe it does. This is from the Perth Mint. So the three largest mints, government mints, the U.S. Mint, Royal Canadian Mint, and the Perth Mint, announced that they're not going to do anything. They're not going to produce any coins because they can't find the metal and they can't find it at this price. But they refuse to acknowledge that this is a rigged price. It is amazing. Here's what the Perth Mint said. Please note that we are experiencing ongoing connectivity. Oh, that's their phone lines. Limited stock available due to the overwhelming demand of our products. They didn't say of silver, they say our products. During this time, we are out of stock of many items and will be subject to considerable delays before they become available. This is not going to end overnight. Considerable delays. Silver bullion coins. We have very few products still available. We'll focus our efforts on manufacturing of the 2020 Kangaroo 1-ounce silver coins, but you can't get them. Look at the delivery. Please be advised that the delivery and collection process, as well as the delivery timeframes of our freight service providers, have been modified or affected due to the coronavirus. Delivery delays and suspensions. A number of regions have been subject to some delivery disruptions, and in some areas there are service suspensions. Where service suspensions are in place, we will endeavor to hold the parcel only to dispatch when services resume. It is a complete farce. And you know what the Perth Mint is pushing right here? Can't get physical gold? The Perth Mint ETF is your best alternative. Oh my God. So they admit that they don't have gold and silver because they can't produce the coins. But at the same time, they say, hey, you can't get the coins. We get that. You can't get physical. Why not invest in a derivative? How about an ETF? The gap between physical gold and gold paper markets persists, with sky-high premiums and extended delivery times for physical precious metals. Interested buyers who don't want to pay the high premiums may have to use the paper gold markets in order to capitalize on the paper discount to physical. Unbelievable. This couldn't get any better. And then we have this article. The latest CME Stops and Issues report reveals that bankers are hemorrhaging physical silver to start April. This is the end game, my friends. This is the end game. If you can get your hands on physical silver, Andy Scheckman and Miles Franklin has some. I talked to him last night. And we're all shocked about what's going on, the shutting down of all the mints around the world, but no mention of price manipulation, no mention of price distortion. While all the mints are shutting down because they can't find physical silver, the CFTC, the regulator, is not even saying a word about any of this. They're not even commenting on the disconnect between physical silver and the rigged COMEX price. It is insane. But yes, if you want to get some physical silver, he does have some. Now, I recommend, he's getting some in also, but I'd recommend, hey, what if you got an inventory that you can ship me right now? That you should say that to every coin company that promises you delivery. Now, Andy says he'll beat anybody's price at Road to Ruta. For Road to Ruta customers, send them an email, andy@milesfranklin.com, and see what you could get shipped right now. I would stick with shipping right now because who knows when these mints are going to open up again, right? All right. If you want to learn more about silver manipulation, go to roadtoruta.com and hit search. You hit the search function, it'll search for every article I wrote on silver manipulation in the past 20 years. I do all YouTubes now, but the articles were the real guts to understand silver manipulation and why it's going to $600 an ounce very soon. $15 to $600 very soon, like within 2020. And why? Is that a guarantee? No, nothing's a guarantee. They could rig this thing till forever, but that's not what they plan to do. And I talk about that here. So go to roadtoruta.com, hit the search function, hit silver manipulation. You will find 1,131 articles I've written in the last 20 years on silver manipulation, exposing it. It's the easiest thing to do now, too. Stuff like this should never happen. This is pure manipulation right here. And what happens when things get manipulated? They implode, they explode. So yes, silver is about to go through the roof, but it's not going to be in the ETFs. It's not going to be on the COMEX. It's going to be in physical silver. If you don't have physical silver in your own possession, meaning in your hand, not at a trusted vault, that's a complete bullshit. Because those trusted vaults are all going to be nationalized. If you have gold or silver in somebody else's vault, it will be nationalized. You need to get that out of there. The end game for gold and silver is the countries around the world, depending on where you are, aren't going to outlaw gold and silver because it's the only form of money they've got besides the cryptos. They can't outlaw gold and silver and leave cryptos alone. It's just too much information now about it. And nobody has gold and silver. Go around your block and ask how many people have invested and hold gold and silver in their hand. You're going to find it, to my shock and amazement, even to this day, almost nobody has even heard of investing in gold and silver, much less taking delivery of physical metal. That's going to be the key. Take delivery of physical metal. That'll completely, even bigger than today, it'll be separated from the fake COMEX price. And the COMEX ain't going to be around much longer. I think April's the last month. Then maybe we see $600 silver priced somewhere. I don't know if it'll be priced on the COMEX. It probably won't. Why? Because every dollar that silver goes up, the 8 top banksters, JP Morgan not included anymore, by the way, they're long. The 8 top bankers lose $1 billion. So can banks take a $585 billion hit spread between 8 banks? No. That's a COMEX shutdown. That's a force majeure, and that's where we're headed. Anyway, buy your silver today if you don't have it. The first thing you should do is go down to your local silver shop. Buy whatever they got. You might have to pay a $5 premium on $15 silver. When you think about where silver is going very soon, that might not feel like a big premium. Because clearly, with all these mints shut down, nobody's got any silver. And all the mines are shutting down too. I talked about that. Mexico's not exporting any silver anymore. They're shutting down mines. All the South American mines. Every country is going to shut down gold and silver production. Why? Because that's the money of their country. That's their future when the old fiat system breaks down. Anyway, yeah, great time to buy silver. It'll be interesting. I don't know if the silver price will ever be expressed in the true fair market value on the COMEX from here on out. The COMEX is clearly broken. The CFTC is clearly in cahoots with the silver manipulators. But at the end of the tunnel, there's a light by the good guys. That's why the FBI and the DOJ are in there at JP Morgan with RICO charges against 6 traders for silver manipulation, and they're going after the company for RICO charges because they rigged the market. That's why you gotta be full on in silver. I think silver will run much higher before the cryptos run. I just think that's what's going to happen. With all this chaos, you need some kind of electronic infrastructure and computers being bought and sold and phones being bought and sold to have a crypto world. I think it's coming. It's just got delayed by this coronavirus bullshit. It's the real deal. It's a bioweapon that they allowed to get out there. Why the good guys gave the bad guys so much time? Everybody's like, oh, Bix, we need a smooth transition. This is your smooth transition. The complete shutdown of economic activity around the world. And it'll never start up again the way it was. Never. Those days are gone. This is year 0. We get to start fresh. And you can see the banks wiped out too. Get your physical silver in your own possession. If you want to can't find a local coin shop, email Andy. Andy at milesfranklin.com, and he'll get you the best price he can. All right? That's it. This is Bix. Talk to you later.
All right, it's time to have a little fun with our friends on the COMEX. This song goes out to that big old gigantic naked short out there. You know who you are. It's kind of lonely at the top, ain't it? I thought I heard the people say, pay me my silver now. Tomorrow's another trading day. But pay me my silver now. Watching the COMEX prices rise. Pay me my silver now. JP Morgan naked shorts the highs. Pay me my silver now. Pay me Pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. CFTC, you better shut it down. Pay me my silver now. There's people rising up in every town. Pay me my silver now. The Gatta boys are in the know. Pay me my silver now. Tinfoil hats at the silver show. Pay me my silver now. Pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. Butler nails you every time you try. Pay me my silver now. The BPS shows how much you lie. Pay me my silver now. The game is done when the silver's gone. Pay me my silver now. Comex medal in the warehouse, none. Pay me my silver now. Pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. The banking boys melt that witch. Pay me my silver now. Deliver those bars and melt that bitch. Pay me my silver now. Pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. 'Cause now is the time to free our land. Pay me my silver now. Silver in my pocket, paper in the can. Pay me my silver now. Pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now. Pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.